Tonight, Trump orders airstrikes in Syria, and Q tells us we need to trust POTUS. Hi, I'm Craig, and welcome to Just Informed Talk. For those of you who don't know, I start each and every one of these episodes by saying thank you to all my subscribers. Without you guys, this channel would not be possible, so thank you so much. And if you have not hit the subscribe button yet, please come here and click the big red subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified as soon as these videos get posted, because that is, as soon as information is made available to me, I make it available to you. Now, tonight, I'm going to rely on you guys because I've heard many conflicting reports, and I'm just not sure. And I don't want to espouse to know something that I can't confirm or know yet. But for those of you who don't know, tonight, President Trump, along with the British and French forces, have ordered airstrikes in Syria against chemical weapons plants. Now, the strike consisted of around 100 missiles, and those missiles were fired into three main cities or chemical manufacturing plants and storage facilities inside of the greater Damascus area. And this was ordered by Trump tonight, earlier in the evening, and we're still having reports that some missiles were shot down by the Syrian air defenses, but the majority of them were able to hit and land on all their targets. So, Q posts directly to us here. Trust POTUS, Sparrow Red, missiles only, intel good, Q. Okay. Well, what's Sparrow Red? Well, everything else here is pretty self-explanatory. Trust POTUS, but Sparrow Red. Let's look back here. Now, this is in previous videos if you guys want to go back and watch them, but what he's ultimately saying here is these posts started coming up right after the chemical attack, right? And it's talking about Sparrow Red, and it says here, they are trying to start a war. Deflection, public interest shift, pull-out announcement, chem attack. Coincidence? These people are sick, Q. Then Q says here to an AN0N who posts, Putin is Russia's president. His job is to look after the Russian people. Put yourself in his shoes. He wants to win. Why not take advantage of his enemies? Trump comes along. Russia, Putin becomes our ally. Xi becomes our ally. Xi and Putin are also under attack by the deep state, which is rooted globally. Logical. Then Q responds, POTUS never telegraphs his moves. Think logically. Why did POTUS announce his intention to pull out of Syria? Moves and countermoves. These people are stupid and sick. Q. Okay. Well, what that ultimately is saying is that Q's warning us here that they're trying to start an all-out war. And I hope and I pray that Trump is doing everything he can to avoid that all-out war, because that scenario doesn't end well for anyone. Now, is this all a part of something much bigger? Well, I'm not 100% sure. For instance, today we had the Office of the Inspector General release their entire report where they have an investigation of certain allegations relating to Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, former Deputy Director of the FBI. And it goes through everything. It goes through all the corruption, and I'm still trying to get through this right now to get what's actually being put forward. At the same time, you have Comey launching his book of lies, which we cover today in this video right here, if you guys want to watch it, where it's Trump exposes Comey as an untruthful slime ball. We went over all that, but this is what is actually going on here. We have this report being put out at the same time as Trump ordering these strikes, and it just seems like there's so much here, and it just seems so suspicious. I haven't figured everything out yet. I'm still doing the research on the fly. I actually watched tonight and recorded and will be posting the latest intel from Zach, who's a regular over on InfoWars. And his story is just completely the opposite of what we're hearing here on the Q board. which kind of leads me to be a little torn, but part of me wants to just side with Q because I know what we've been getting here has been very good, intelligible information, and I think that there's just a lot of misunderstood facts. But Zach puts together a pretty compelling case as well. So I'll leave that for you guys to watch. That'll be posting later or early this morning, sometime after this video. So let's think about it this way, though. Q is saying here missiles only, and the intel is good. Q. So the missiles only part, we're not going to have a land invasion. And it seems that Trump's post before, in Q's post before, Trump tells Russia directly that we will be launching these missiles, and he gives them a few days to clear out, and Q tells us that it's going to happen. And we'll go down and read exactly what I'm talking about. And it's back here on April 11th, where you see Q gives us this full message. The FBI is burning the Mariana oil. What was just released through Nunes. And it gives the articles about the leaker who gave the information and then was fired from the White House by... he was fired from the White House by an aide who got kicked out. Sorry, somebody who got fired. Sorry, I'm doing this all off the top of my head here. Yeah. So he was working at the White House, and for General Flynn, excuse me, I had to get that, or else it would have driven me crazy. But what Q is basically saying here is warning and a telegraph, and then he gives this to Trump's tweet, which, as we all know, says Russia vows to shoot down any and all missiles fired at Syria. Get ready, Russia, because they will be coming. Okay? And so we give them the heads up, and we let them clear out, and we tell them, hey, we're coming. We called their bluff, and now we're going to do it. But he's telling us, he told us then it's happening, without a doubt. Now, the only thing that has me a little bit skeptical here is the intel good. I've been hearing a lot of reports that say it was a false flag. I've been hearing a lot of reports that said it was the rebels in Duma in Syria who staged that whole attack, which is not that far-fetched. But I've also been told, if you guys watch the post I'll be making, the Zach from InfoWars, you'll see what he says happened is that the Syrian rebels dressed up as Syrian army, and we had pictures of them actually launching and putting out the attack, and that was what was presented to Trump, so he was misguided. But then if that's the case, why is Q telling us that the intel is good? Okay, there's so much conflicting evidence at this point, and all this is really fresh, so I'm doing my best to give you a clear and concise overview of the whole situation and give you both sides of the picture so that you guys can make an intelligent guess or approximation of what's going on here. But let me tell you this. There is something that we all know, okay, is that either way, these both have been good, reliable sources, but we have to be discerning. We cannot take everything we hear as the gospel unless it is the actual gospel of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Okay? So we need to understand that some things may have to be said here on this board as a general general rule that they can't give us all the information. There has to be some misdirection. It is a part of the game we are playing. Now, what you'll hear from Zach, which I'm not sure of, but I have had my suspicions, is of Trump being susceptible to blackmail and being susceptible to being infiltrated and basically blackmailed into doing certain things. Now, is that possible? Well, obviously, we have the whole Michael Cohen thing, which now today we have a new report saying that Mueller's got evidence of him being in Prague in 2016, which whatever that has to do with the Steele dossier, I'm not sure. But ultimately, it seems like they've taken a lot of information, and could they be using that against Trump? I mean, it's just a possibility we have to cover. We cannot put our heads in the sand and pretend like things aren't the way that they are. With that being said, let me go ahead and just tell everyone, I don't have all the answers as of now. And I may never have all the answers. Probably won't have all the answers ever. But I can tell you this, there is a lot here that we have to look into. We don't have a choice. The good, the bad, and the ugly. That's why I'm going to post the Zach interview from InfoWars. That's why I'm going to do this video, to give you guys my input. And I'm going to do this video so I can get your input. I want to hear your thoughts about what this is, what has happened, break it down, because there's so much here. I mean, is this a big distraction from the Inspector General report? Is this Trump being blackmailed as part of the Cohen raid? Is Trump a mastermind and was behind the Cohen raid, and he's still behind Mueller? And this whole projection of power and missile strike in Syria is all part of a kabuki, political theater for the masses. Is there more going on behind the scenes to fight the cabal and the globalists? And this is to trick the globalists because they've caught on to what we're doing here. There's too many questions, not enough answers at this moment. And as I said, this is all breaking news. So, guys, please put your thoughts down in the comments and let me know what you think. When you guys watch the Zach video tomorrow, I hope that you all look at it with an open mind and understand that we have to look at both sides of this equation. We cannot become narrow-minded or singularly focused on just following one or the other. We have to rely on our own ability to critically think. Okay, that is incredibly important here. And at the same time, we have to understand that there's only one truth, and that is God. And everything else, we must speculate and go through a tough journey to find the real truth that exists. Now, obviously, I'm kind of reaching out for you guys to give me your thoughts here, but we all knew this was happening. I mean, I put out a video the other day, Syrian conflict, it's happening. I never had a doubt. Now, I'm just doubting what was the motivation and what will be the outcome. Now, a lot of people have said, why would Bashar do this? Why would he launch a chemical attack on his own people? Why would he have done it when he was basically finished with the war on ISIS and was taking back his country and was doing so well? Well, I have a feeling it's a geopolitical thing. I have a feeling it's about control of Syria. And we all know that with Syria aligned with Russia and Iran, that obviously is counter to what the American interests are in the Middle East at this moment. And is this a part of a tactile move to push Russia out of the Middle East? Because obviously we called their bluff. They said that they would launch an immediate return attack, and thank God, thank the Lord that they did not. Now, the operation is still ongoing, and we don't have any information to say whether or not they have yet. But as of now, I haven't seen any reports. So I'll be praying that that remains the case. So for now, all we have is this Q post. We have the info from Zach at InfoWars, and we have the reports in the media, which I trust that about as much as I trust something you would not trust. I don't have a good analogy at the moment. But look, this is not what we need to focus on. We need to focus on the bigger picture. Yes, Q told us this was going to happen. Yes, Trump told us this was going to happen. Yes, Michael Cohen's offices got raided. Another thing that we need to look at is something that Zach points out, which is that Jared Kushner is a huge influence on the president. And who is Jared Kushner? Well, he's the son-in-law to the president. He's the senior executive advisor or special executive advisor, whatever. He's like one of the highest ranking advisors in the White House, and he's married to President Trump's daughter, Ivanka. Now, what does Jared Kushner do? Well, he was a real estate guy, and he owns this building in Manhattan, which I can never trust somebody who has a majority share. Kushner Properties, 53 to 57% majority share ownership of a building called 666 in downtown Manhattan, where it's just, I just don't even know what to say. You couldn't write it any more. You couldn't write a more evil plot twist. His devil worshipping son-in-law is subverting him. Now, and then what they go into is it possible that Trump ordered these strikes because he was being blackmailed for stuff that was found in Michael Cohen's offices? Maybe him with women and payoffs to women and things that were never made public really during the campaign that he knows could really harm his presidency. Well, if that's the case, then I say just man up and own what you did, and we will work with it. And then you need to have the autonomy, Mr. President. But Q is telling us that this is all part of the plan, and we need to trust POTUS. So, as I had said before, I'm quite conflicted tonight on not so much sleep and not so much information being able to be provided at the moment. Again, the video I'll post tomorrow is simply for you guys to have both sides of the argument and look at what Zach has to say, because I think we all need to look at it and understand that we're not beholden to Q. Q is beholden to us, we the people, okay? And whatever game that they have to play, the misdirection, all that stuff, we will be there, but we need guidance and direction that can be taken in the affirmative, in the sense that we are knowingly doing what's right and good, okay? So I think we have to give this time, but I want to hear your thoughts, and please let me know what you think about all of this, about the whole incident from the beginning to the end. What do you think this all means, and what do you think we are getting into here? As I said, I'm not going to really get into much else past that. I just want to talk about how POTUS, do we trust everything? Is this all just a part of the 4D chess? I'd like to think so. And but you'll see what Zach has to say, and then you'll juxtapose that against everything else that we have here. So please stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up shortly after this video gets posted. But that's going to be it for tonight. I don't have much else to contribute other than to say this is going to be a very, very serious night where we have to stay vigilant and stay aware and trust in God first, okay? Because when times become difficult, there's only one place to turn, and that is to the Lord. So I'm going to say thank you all for watching. That's going to be it for tonight. If you want to contribute to the channel, please come here, click the big red subscribe button if you have not clicked it yet. That's the easiest way to help out. Another way, it's just a great way, as I was just talking about before, please go down. Please go down and comment. Let me know your thoughts. This is all breaking information. I'm just getting this video up because Q posted it, and I'm trying to stay ahead of what is going to be going on tomorrow. And I want to hear your opinions and your thoughts because I am just at a point now where, like I said, I don't have enough information to make a good analysis other than what I just gave you at this point. And I want to hear your thoughts so that we can kind of figure out this together. Now, there's also another way you can contribute is to come over here and check out my Twitter. I love the way that you guys came out and just put up so many great memes. We've started the meme war today, and it was incredible. I mean, I can't even tell you. I absolutely think it's fantastic. Come find me at Justin_formed. Again, that's at Justin_formed on Twitter. And you can post your memes here or write to me. And I really look forward to going through them and continually posting them all. And also, if you want to contribute, please come over here to my Patreon account. It's patreon.com/JustinFormTalk, or you can just search JustinFormTalk here on patreon.com. And you come to this landing page, you can click the red button to become a patron. Come check out my rewards and my goal. I actually did a count today. There's 2 t-shirts left that are Justin Form Talk, the official Is Trump QAnon limited edition first run t-shirts. Only the first 10 contributors at that level get those. So if you still want one, please come and check that out. Now, that's great. I thank you all in advance for coming here, and thank you to everybody who has contributed to this effort so far. Now, what do we have to talk about here at the end? Well, something that's really important to me. We have to talk about faith. We have to talk about God. We have to talk about the importance of God. We have to talk about, in these troubled times, what we need, and that is strength. And that leads us to this particular chapter in the Bible. It's going to be Psalm chapter 28, titled My Strength. And I'll read from there now. Lord, I call to you, my rock. Do not be deaf to me. If you remain silent to me, I will be like those going down to the pit. Listen to the sound of my pleading. When I cry to you for help, when I lift up my hands toward your holy sanctuary, do not drag me away with the wicked, with the evildoers, who speak in friendly ways and with their neighbors, while malice is in their hearts. Repay them according to what they have done, according to the evil of their deeds. Repay them according to the work of their hands. Give them back what they deserve, because they do not consider what the Lord has done or the work of his hands. He will tear them down and not rebuild them. May the Lord be praised, for he has heard the sound of my pleading. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him, and I am helped. Therefore my heart rejoices, and I praise him with my song. The Lord is the strength of his people. He is a stronghold of salvation for his anointed. Save your people, bless your possession, shepherd them, and carry them forever. Those words could not be more important today than I think ever. It speaks to the fact that we all need God's strength. We all need the Lord to come into our hearts and give us the ability to know what is right and what is wrong. The strength to know, not just the knowledge though, but the strength to know what to do, and then the courage and strength to do that. We need to know that the Lord is our strength and our shields. But moreoverly, we need the strength to be courageous. We need the strength to stand up for what's right. And I hope that each and every one of you know that your strength and our strength together is what will defeat the evil that exists in the world. The Luciferian, pedophile, globalists, they are the ones who are evil. Now we have to figure out what is the truth. So please, let's all help one another here and push each other forward and not become divisive in the face of such tribulation. Let's reach out to one another and become stronger in the Lord, because ultimately that is what will deliver us. So thank you all for watching. Like I said, please come here and click the subscribe button if you have not clicked it yet to join the Just Informed Talk initiative. please go down and leave comments. That would be very helpful and great. I'd love to hear your take on what's going on here. But I really, really want you guys to know that this is the time for action, and we have to be prepared to do whatever is necessary to continue to fight for the truth and what is good. So that's where I'm going to leave it. I hope you guys have a great night. I will continue to be studying the news and watching what's happening and trying to figure out more information so I can bring you a better update next time. And we'll continue to watch the Q board so that as soon as that information becomes available, I'll make it available to you. That's going to be it for me. I'm signing off for tonight. Let me know what you think in the comments. I really am going to be reading through those thoroughly. So that's going to be it. I'm Craig. This is Just Informed Talk. God bless and Godspeed, Patriots.